Good morning, children. Today we are here to discuss the entire topic, that is mineral and power resources. Already we have discussed. I will revise for sake of better understanding. I will revise entire topic once again. Just outline, just briefly within the period. So our topic is mineral and power resources. Mineral and power resources. Yes, anybody in the children? What do you mineral? What do you mean by mineral? What is mineral? Define mineral. Yes? Yes? Correct. Mineral is a natural occurring substances. Mineral is a natural occurring substances having a definite chemical composition. Very good word. Thank you. Mineral is a natural occurring substance having definite chemical composition can be termed as mineral. Very good. Otherwise also can say mineral is a homogeneous natural occurring substance. Mineral is a homogeneous natural occurring substance with definite internal structure. With definite internal structure can be considered as a mineral. We can write down like this also, children. Okay, what you said is correct. Clear? There are various definitions. Whatever comfortable. You see your comfort. You are easy. Right? Okay. Natural occurring substances having definite internal structure is known as mineral. Now these minerals, as we discussed, thousands of minerals can be identified on the surface, the landform. But those minerals we are classifying into different ways. So now I'll ask you one question, children. On what basis these minerals can be classified? On what factors these minerals can be classified? There are several factors. There are many factors. Accordingly, whatever minerals available, those minerals can be classified into different types. What are those factors? Children, anybody? Yeah, density, very good. Hardness, very good. Color, very good. And their usage, okay. And chemical properties. So these minerals can be classified the following basis. Number one is color, structure, hardness, chemical composition. So based on these factors, the minerals can be classified into two types. Minerals can be classified into two types. Yes, children, what are the two types of minerals? Yeah, metallic minerals and non-metallic minerals. Very good. So here, based on the factors, the entire minerals can be classified into two types. That is, one is metallic minerals and the second one is non-metallic minerals. One is metallic minerals and second is non-metallic minerals. Now children, what are metallic minerals? Yeah, metallic minerals are the hard substances. These are the hard, HARD, hard substances which contains heat and electricity. Heat and electricity. Such as, yeah, can you give examples for these metallic minerals? Anybody? Yeah, examples for the metallic minerals are, number one is iron ore. Number one is iron ore, bauxite and manganese. These are the finest examples for metallic minerals. As you know, children, iron ore is the most important raw material for the basic industrial development. The most dominant raw material for the industrial development, iron ore. So this iron ore mainly can be identified in the plateau of Chotanagpur. Plateau of Chotanagpur around Deccan Plateau. Clear? So iron ore, bauxite and manganese are the best examples for metallic minerals. And second one is non-metallic minerals. Non-metallic minerals, the light materials. These non-metallic minerals formed in the stratus of sedimentary rocks. Mica, salt, gypsum, limestone, lead. These are the examples for the non-metallic minerals. Further here, if you take the first one, the metallic minerals, again it is subdivided into two types. That is ferrous and non-ferrous. It already we discussed. Ferrous and non-ferrous. Ferrous, these minerals which are contain iron. Minerals which contains iron. Those minerals are called as ferrous minerals. Whereas the non-ferrous minerals which do not contain iron. Whereas the non-ferrous minerals which do not contain iron. Non-ferrous minerals. Non-ferrous minerals which do not contain iron. Clear? So here ferrous or non-ferrous minerals. So here minerals can be classified based on various factors, mainly two types, metallic as well as non-metallic minerals. Clear? Now coming to the power, energy, sound. It's a vital role for the development of industrial development, particularly. When you take about energy, energy is very essential to do everything. Without energy, we cannot perform any activities. Energy means nothing but as electricity, power, generation. Electricity we have been using many fields, mainly for industrial development, agricultural field, transportation, network of transportation, communication, and even defense services. Children, power we have been utilizing, developing in many ways. Industrially we have been using, agriculture we have been using, transportation, communication, and defense services. So when you take here power, this power subsequently has been divided into two types. That is conventional source of energy, and second one is non-conventional source of energy. It already we have discussed. What are conventional source of energy and what are non-conventional source of energy? Conventional source of energy means the energy which produces in a longer time, course of long time. For example, firewood, coal, petroleum. These are the best examples for conventional source of energy. Because to form these coal and fossil fuels takes millions of years, hundreds of years. It takes a longer course, longer time to form this material. That is decompose of materials. Decompose of materials over a period of longer time. It takes longer time. So with this also we can generate the electricity. We can generate the power. For example, the electricity which you generate from by using coal, we call it as a thermal electricity. The energy which we obtained from by using coal or petroleum, we call it as a thermal electricity. The electricity which you have obtained from the water, the rivers, you can say hydroelectricity. There are the two types of electricities: thermal electricity and hydroelectricity. Children, sometimes they ask you question: the difference between hydroelectricity and thermal electricity. Clear? So by using these fossil fuels, we can generate this electricity. Ultimately, the same electricity can be used to different fields, as we discussed: agriculturally, industrially, communication, transportation, defense forces, many ways. Power resources. Right? And you take the non-conventional source of energy is light materials. That is lead, zinc, gypsum, mica, limestone. Non-conventional source of energy is these are wind energy, solar energy, geothermal energy, nuclear energy, biogas, natural gas. These are all the examples for non-conventional source of energy. If you take tidal energy means energy which we obtain from by using tides. Energy which we obtain from the tides. What are tides, children? Alternative rising and falling of seawater. Yes. Waves and tides. I have said about topic in lower classes, 7th class. What are waves? What are tides? What are ocean currents? So this is related to movements of water. The topic related to movements of water. Yes. Waves are nothing but a pushing of air. Pushing of water due to air is called as a waves. Here tides means alternative rising, falling of sea water is known as tides. So due to these tides also, we can generate the electricity. Here again, children, tides, there are two types: low tide and high tide. Right now? So the energy which we obtained from the tides, we call it tidal energy. And geothermal energy which we obtained from crust, from the interior of the earth. The moment you go deeper and deeper and deeper inside the crust, temperature goes on increases. Temperature increases, heat produces. That is how hot springs occurs in the crust. So that is we call it as a geothermal energy. Energy which you obtained from the inside the crust due to more heat. Geothermal energy. So these are all the finest examples for non-conventional source of energy. Yeah, non-conventional source of energy. So power resources, conventional source of energy, and non-conventional source of energy. We already discussed, children. Yes. So better write down all the exercises, okay, in your assignments, in your homework book, and prepare, read thoroughly so that you understand better. When you come back, if you have at all any doubt related to this topic, that is minerals and power resources, you are all most welcome. Once again, I am ready to tell you from my side. There will be no doubt. Clear? Thank you.